Listen, boys and girls, because I know there's a few of you out there. Listen, this is what I'm dealing with today. I have a swirling low pressure that is set into the great East Tennessee Valley. We've had lightning, we've had thunder, we've had a wind. Hell, it was a tornado touchdown yesterday evening at one point. It has been an interesting night to say the least, and I got a tournament today, and there's another line of thunderstorms moving in about lunchtime today. So it's going to be an interesting tournament to say the least, but with these kind of conditions, when you have these low swirling pressures, when you got, people often say you can feel the weight of the air, you can feel how heavy it is. Today's one of those days. When it's those kinds of days, those are the days that you get out, you just shut your mouth, you don't talk to nobody. Even if you got a boat party, you don't even look at him. You just pick up a frog and you go throw it, or you pick up some kind of topwater and you go throw it, because something's gonna happen. I mean, it may be bad, it may be ugly, but dang it, if it's an 8-pounder, if it's a 6-pounder, heck, if it's a 3-pounder, just as long as they'll eat that frog, that's what you want them doing. That's what today is looking like it can shape up to be. And what makes that even better is today is tournament day. I'm going to fish a kayak tournament with my buddy Eric, Mr. TM Basson. He hit me up in the middle of the week and said, dude, we got this tournament down here. You want to come fish it with us? And I said, heck yeah. And so that is what we're going to do today. We're going to go meet him at the boat ramp, get the kayak all rigged up. We're going to go out here. We're going to see what we can do. I mean, because like I said, today is the kind of day that the big ones show up, and the big ones want to show up with a frog. So that's where we're heading. That's what we're doing. And hopefully you guys will enjoy today's episode. Now,
Wacky rig Cinco.
Screw that jazz.
This has been my go-to this year.
There we go. Huh? What?
I said, that's got my Cinco in, I want it back.
Yeah. There we go. I like hooking them like that. There you go, guys. If he's got my Cinco in it, I want it back. I just realized what you said. That's pretty funny. Okay. Nope.
Cotton-headed ninny muggins.
All right.
That boy's got it. He's got some damn good luck. I don't know if he's made a deal with the devil or something, but man.
That's a better one. You ain't
Go and boil your bottom!
All right, I got him. I got a picture of him. That's all that matters. Well, I have to say this morning, Eric has taught me a few things, and he's kicking my butt so far. He's got what, an 18 and a 19?
Yeah.
He's got 18 and 19. I got an 18. I'm retying real quick because on that last fish, that jig ripped my trailer off, roughed my line up pretty good, so I'm retying. But Eric, one thing that I've never done that I probably should do is set the net to the right of your catch board, so if the fish flops off, he's got a chance of flopping off into your net. It's pretty smart. That's not something I've ever thought about doing. So learning things still this morning. That's, like I said, since the beginning of all this is just a big learning process for me. So we're going to keep going here. Both the fish I've caught this morning have come on that Beast Coast Gorilla Swim jig, Cajun Crush, Space Monkey on the back. It's a bait that you guys are probably getting tired of seeing at this point between Instagram and YouTube, but it's catching fish. So we're going to keep going and hopefully catch us 2 more big ones, because that's all we need, 3 fish limit. There he is. Come on. Come on, big girl. Come on, big girl. Quit jumping. There she is.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Oh, I tried not to just flip my crap. All right. Hey, look at that, guys. That's what it's freaking about right there. All right, guys, there's number 2. Let's get her back. Just cover my eyes. Thought I can get a hook out of my arm. I just don't want it in my head.
Oh my God.
That was great, dude. Did you see me? I was like a boxer. I was just like,
You went.
not my face. Not my beautiful face, Eric. Well, guys, I'm one short of a limit because I botched the one on the measuring board, but whatever. We've still got a couple hours to fish, but we've got that going on. So we got a big storm system moving in on us. I just looked at radar. There's been like 180 lightning strikes just in the past few minutes, and it's about to start pouring rain. So I'm gonna load up my kayak and we're gonna start heading towards the check-in spot, the weigh-in spot per se. We're thinking maybe we can get down there and it won't be storming as bad, but I'm thinking it will be. But if it's not, we may put in and fish for the last few minutes that we got. But yeah, so I'm gonna shut up and get this thing on the truck because it's about to come down. Guys, so we are back at the house. I thought I would do a quick breakdown of today's tournament, talk about some of the things that I learned, and kind of talk through some of the mistakes that I made so that you guys don't have to go out and make those same mistakes. But before we get into all that, I want to give a huge shout out and a congratulations to my buddy Eric, Mr. T.M. Basson. He took home the W on this thing and a $270 check, as well as this awesome little aluminum trophy. But Eric did an awesome job today. He caught all of his fish skipping a wacky rigged green pumpkin Cinco with a little bit of JJ's magic on it. So just some straightforward fairy wand traditional kind of stuff, but he absolutely wrecked them today, and I got to give a huge shout out to him and a congratulations because he worked hard for those fish and definitely deserves this win. But let's get into my day. Let's talk about the baits that I was throwing to catch the fish that I did. And then, like I said, we're going to talk about some of the mistakes I made and then how I learned from those mistakes and some things I can do to adjust that next time I go out and fish a tournament, I probably won't make some of those mistakes. So let's talk about the baits first. The first one was that Beast Coast Gorilla swim jig. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing about this thing between Instagram and YouTube, but it is just straight wrecking fish for me. It is such a fish catcher. I'm loving this color. This is Sofner's Cajun Crush. It's like a black and blue with a little bit of pink. It's got that crystal flash in there, and then I'm pairing that up with a June Bug Space Monkey on the back. And I really think that it just does a good job of mimicking those bluegill, those brim. And in that water that I'm fishing, it's not super clear, it's not super dirty. It's almost kind of got a weird tannicky stained color to it, and I think those blacks, those blues, those pinks, they really pop in that kind of weird colored water, and it really gets those fish's attention, really gives them something to hone in on. And then that Space Monkey on the back being just a little bit bigger profile, having a little bit bigger appendages than most of the other Rage products, gives off just a little bit more vibration and gets some of those bigger fish's attention. And then that 5-Hot Sea Wash hook, it's a Gamakatsu, just sticks them. And as you guys saw, they come into the boat, which I like. I like to drive one big hook into a fish's face because it's hard for them to spit that hook once you do. Rod and reel combo, 7.2 medium heavy. This is a Lew's TP1 Black. Had that paired with my Lew's Custom with some 15-pound P-line copolymer. And I was just skipping this thing around some of that shallow cover, some of the same stuff that I'd fished the frog around, but those fish just seemed to be more apt to eat something that was on the bottom. And then my third fish, the one that I did not let hop off my board, came on that Spro Spittin' Shad, another bait that's been doing work for me. Except for today, I switched it up on the color. I used the Nasty Shad. So the reason I made that decision is because Eric actually caught a 20-inch fish that had a big gizzard shad in the back of its throat. And I've been throwing the red ear a whole bunch that morning. It's more of a yellow color in the Spittin' Shad, and the fish just didn't seem to want to have anything to do with that one. So I switched up to that Nasty Shad, and as soon as I did, I caught my biggest one of the day, which was a 19 3/4. And so I just really think those bigger fish were probably keying in on those gizzard shad, taking advantage of those gizzard shad being up there shallow, and we actually saw a bunch of gizzard shad getting chased by some bass. And so that's why I switched up to that white profile. That white, more shad pattern, it just does a better job of mimicking those gizzard shad. And then it also stands out in that dirtier water just a little bit more than, say, that yellow does. The yellow almost blended in with the water clarity. It was kind of a weird water clarity. I think a lot of that had to do with the rain that we had last night. But as normal, frogging setup, 7.3 heavy G-Rod Pro Bass, 7.51 Lew's TI. I always forget what this thing's called. I want to call it the TP1, but that's the TP1 rod. This is the Lew's TI, the titanium reel, and then some 65-pound braid on there. And as you guys saw, I actually didn't see that bite. I'm trying to figure out how to rig up a camera above me. I just got to get the pole and all that for it so you guys can see those bites. But it was a really cool bite, and I want to see if Eric actually got it on his camera. I skipped that frog up under that limb and was sitting there waiting for the wake to kind of go away, and never touched it, never moved it, just totally dead sticked it, and that bass come up and just ate it right off the top, which was really, really cool. I stuck her and got her into the kayak. So let's talk about the mistake that I made. And the biggest mistake that I made today was letting that fish get off of that catch board. And you know, my mistake, I totally take the blame for it, but I did learn from it. And like I said, this whole kayak fishing thing for me is a process, and part of the process is making some mistakes, but learning from them is the most important thing, not only for me, but for you guys as well, to see me make the mistake so that you don't have to make it in, you know, a crunch time kind of deal like a tournament. But the remedy that I learned today, or the lesson that I learned, came from Eric. As soon as I lost that fish, he said, hey, next time you get a fish, make sure that your net is positioned where if that fish were to come off that catch board, they're usually going to come head first, that they would land in your net. Now he said it's not a 100% certainty that they'll land in your net, but you'd rather give yourself a good chance for them to land in the net rather than no chance at all. And so that's something that I did on the third fish, was position that net where if that fish were to come off that catch board, it would land in that net, and I would be able to get them back out of the net and then get those inches on the board. Because really, if I would have had that last fish, or actually that first fish of the day, I would have probably been in second or third in this tournament versus I think I come in 6th or 7th or something like that. So just those kind of crunch time decisions that I've never really had to make. Eric has had to make those, and he's probably made that mistake before and learned from it and was able to pass that information on to me, and now I'm going to pass it on to you guys. So that's really the only big mistake that I made today. I feel like I fished pretty clean all day long. I didn't really break anything off. I was, you know, making good decisions. It's just I lost that one fish that was on the board. But overall, I really enjoyed today's event. Had a great time out there with the guys. I'm really digging the kayak tournament fishing. I know you guys do as well. It's probably something I'm going to start doing once a month. There's a tournament like I fished in today that they have different lakes around my area, and then I may start fishing a Thursday nighter with the same group of guys that is on the same lake every Thursday. But overall, again, awesome time. And I want to give Eric a big congrats again. But as always, guys, thank you for watching. Any questions or comments, please go leave them in the comment section down below. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. Also, go down in the description. I have links to my partners like Luz, G-Rod, Beast Coast. You guys can go check out the kayak I'm fishing in, this Old Town PDL. You can check out the clothes I was wearing, my rain suit. All that will be linked down in the description. But as always, you guys are sweet. And thanks for watching.